you're up.
Yeah, I'm seeing. I got D live on.
All right, we are live. We're checking out
Hey,
Jitsi.
everybody.
We're checking out Jitsi. Is
Hey,
a
we're trying
video
out
conferencing.
We got a new ride, man. We got a new ride, Gypsy. Yeah, I see you. You're really big. I'm really little.
I'm like movie theater size.
Man, you're big screen, and I'm like some kind of little thing over in the corner, hanging out.
No doubt.
We're trying out a new system, folks. By the way, in case you wonder, what in the heck are we doing
So,
now?
yeah, so this is Jitsi. I was talking to Tech Ty. He does the Friday hosting stream with Nojo. And he had mentioned Jitsi, and we're looking into possibly setting up a dedicated Raspberry Pi with Jitsi and streaming 24/7. So that's a possibility.
Might as well. We got nothing better to do.
And we've the Canuck and I have been messing around with it, just discussing what we want to do for the show and stuff like that. It's got some really cool features, so we're going to try out one of those features where you share a video. And the Canuck, who is on the other side of North America,
I'm the little guy in the corner here.
And you're about 2,500 miles away, but you're going to try to share a video.
And
I'm hosting on OBS, but you're going to try to share the video as a connected host in Jitsi. And what we want to do is we want to go down to Canuck. You want to go down to the more actions, which is next to the hang up. It's 3 horizontal lines, and then select share video.
Okay.
And then in that dialog prompt, you paste in your video link, and then you go raw, live, worldwide.
Yeah, all right.
Non-stop, further, faster, farther.
Well, I just want to share this with everybody just to let you know. I don't know what I'm letting you know. We've had a few incidents here in British Columbia in the last week of people doing things that they really shouldn't over the top, and one of them destroy a whole bunch of industrial equipment in upper BC, northern BC. And the other was a bunch of women tore down a statue that had been put up to commemorate a person that's actually sort of known as the founder of Vancouver. So I got it. I hit share, and let's see what happens, right?
Yeah, hold on. I just want to check. I'm not.
Hopefully, it's bigger than not my camera view.
Monitoring anywhere here. I gotta turn this off. All right, I think we're good to go. Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to share it, and hopefully it'll come up on the big screen.
Go raw, dog. Wow, there you are. What is it saying? Hold on, it's got popped up something weird here. Please provide a correct video link, Canuck.
Let me try it again. All right. Well, okay. It's got to be just a video. It can't be a video embedded in an article. Okay, we'll live and learn. All right, fine.
Still saying my connection is poor. Yours looks good. I don't know what the hell's up with that. I'm pulling a lot of data here. I'm going 336 kilobit down. Now 12, 61 up.
Oh, no, I'm big and you're little. That's neat. Well, our pocket loss is 0. Yeah, you're pretty lot down. That's the nice thing about, for you that are tuning in to this new Jitsi thing. It gives you some good analytics that you can just scroll and find, usually.
Let me see if I have... Yeah, I've got here. Vancouver, is this... I think this is the right one. So if I go in here, if I go into the chat, here, I post that link. See if you can load that, share that link.
Where is that? In the chat
In
thing?
the Jitsi chat. So click on the chat bubble thing at the bottom where all the commands are. It looks like a chat symbol.
Open chat. Yeah, okay. So you want me to copy and paste that?
Yeah, copy and paste that into the share video action under more actions. Plus, we got a poll. Anybody in the viewer audience, they could join if they wanted to. I'll post the link in chat.
Okay.
It's not password protected, so we're going raw here. You can join our stream here on Jitsi by join our Jitsi.
The link looks the same, but I can try sharing it whenever you're ready.
There it is. Post it in the chat. You can join at meet.jit.si/variant news. It's right there in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
You can even create polls. We can create a poll right now. But were you able to get that link in?
Yeah, I can try hitting it and see what happens. It's probably going to kick me down again. Here we go. Yeah, we can't. It's got to be just a video, not the article, I think. Like a YouTube video or just a video. It's a video embedded in an article.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Let me check something. Oh. I gotta go back to... Let me go back to this. Let's see what this does. Let's see if there's a direct link to the video, if I can find that. No, thanks. Doesn't look like it's an easy way to... Wow, that's loud. Shop now. Vancouver's statue of Gassy Jack torn down by Women's March.
Mm-hmm.
So what we can do is...
I got another one we can try.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try. This
Try to
is
find something directly off YouTube or directly off of...
Yeah, I know that'll work. I just want to try this one because it says stop video, so it might work. It's an experiment in life. Arrow. Nope. Okay, yeah, it's got to be just the video, not embedded in an article.
Well, I've got one here. Here, we're going to go raw with this then. Here we go.
Oh, there we go. There it is.
Reminder of decades of oppression against Indigenous women and girls. But on February 14th, the man known as Gassy Jack is no longer being celebrated.
I think it's appropriate and long overdue.
The so-called father of Gastown, John Dayton, married his widow's niece, a 12-year-old Squamish girl. Critics had long called for the removal of his statue.
So the taking down of this monument represents taking back our story, and this is our narrative. I just can't imagine what it would be like to be part of the First Nations community and to walk these streets.
Vancouver's Mayor Kennedy Stewart says while the statue was clearly a symbol of pain, violence, and trauma, the actions that removed it in a dangerous way undermines the ongoing work with the Squamish Nation. It's work community members have been doing for decades. This year marks 30 years of an annual walk to remember missing and murdered women.
If thousands of non-Indigenous women have gone missing, there would be far more media attention, there would be investigations, there would be posters everywhere, people would get arrested within the days. It's just not happening with our women, and it hasn't happened.
Hundreds marching through the streets of downtown East Side to remember the lives lost and to call for justice for those still missing.
This is the overly saturated population of the women that have gone missing, and each year we march here and lay flowers at spots where the women and children and girls have been found in honor of their spirits.
And I think it's about time that somebody like Gassy Jack's been taken down, especially the way he treated young Indigenous women and girls in his time. It's unacceptable, and we shouldn't be celebrating people like him.
No one was arrested. Vancouver police say it's investigating. Krista Dow, Global News.
All right. I think we have to unmute. Try to unmute Canuck. One of the issues with using Jitsi when you play videos is that when we share the videos like that from the More Actions menu, it automatically mutes everybody in the group. And Canuck, you are still muted. Try clicking on unmute in the bottom actions. But yeah, so as the video plays, everybody gets muted, and I'm gonna look in to see if we can disable that in Jitsi. But as far as sharing videos, so you could have somebody connected, like the Canuck could have shared that video and it would have streamed pretty well. We've been testing it. So I'm the host, but you can have people come onto Jitsi and share videos, and you don't get any kind of degradation in video quality or audio. So it actually works pretty well. Canuck is still muted. See if you can unmute yourself in the bottom action bar all the way to the left. There's a mute, unmute button. Try clicking that, toggling that. Let me see if I think stopping the video probably should help too. There we go.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, if the video's up, then forget it, Phil.
So that's so you gotta I thought it would unmute everybody once we stop, but you've got to actually go back into the more actions menu and stop the video.
You gotta get out of it.
Come back,
yeah, I hit the
it's
buttons.
A little buggy.
I hit the buttons and everything, but it even had, you even requested I unmute, and that didn't work either. As long as you were in that media view. So, hey, good lesson for everybody out there. If you're going to use Jitsi, it's a little ditzy, but it's we like it. It's nice. Seems like good video feed. I'm watching D Live right now on my smarty phone, and actually look pretty decent considering I didn't sleep last night. But we're not going into why. But I should mention, if anybody's got an extra 20 grand that they don't need, I could use it right now. Can I say stuff like that?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
I'll even take crypto. I'll take doggy coin. I don't care.
What is this? This is from, oh, this is archive. I want to check. Just gonna load. This is updated 6 minutes ago. Oh, so we can't share. So I don't have Jitsi live now, but I do have this new live update.
I got text. I'm seeing text on D Live.
This is coming out of, is this, yeah, New York Times. So this is a live update. U.S. faces off with Russia at UN as Ukraine standoff continues. Russia in opening remarks before the UN Security Council called the meeting an attempt to mislead the international community and an example of megaphone diplomacy. The U.S. representative responded saying, imagine how uncomfortable you'd be if you had 100,000 troops sitting at your border. And they're saying it's even more than 100,000 now. And, of course, there's the troops also in Belarus.
Belarusi.
A wave of bomb threats heightens an already tense mood in Ukraine. And I did hear recently there were explosions. There was an explosion recently.
In the east. Apparently, there's things starting to happen with the Eastern Russian insurgencies. They call it a false flag excuse Putin might use to chip away at the Ukraine one region at a time, which is my personal prediction. But I've been right before, you know.
So this is all the way back Monday. This is actually an old article, but I'm using archive.is. Let me see. I want to explosion in Ukraine. Here we go. What's the Indian Express? Let me replace this. This is from IndianExpress.com, Russia-Ukraine crisis, live updates. Ukraine says 2 soldiers killed in separatist shelling. Russian-Ukraine conflict. Ukrainian military said a soldier was killed in shelling by pro-Russian separatists on Saturday morning in East Ukraine.
That's not good.
So this happened very recently.
It makes sense.
Yeah, I think when does the Olympics end? I would imagine Putin and Russia are going to go in once the Olympic ends officially. That's what I think.
They're waiting to get his doped up athletes back in the country. They can't even compete under the name Russia. They have to be ROC because they got banned for drugs, and now they're doing it again.
Well, they have that poor girl is 15 years old. It was figure skater.
Yeah.
And she was using, they were saying, I believe, 3 different heart medications to build up stamina.
Yeah, she blamed her grandfather.
Yeah, she blamed the grandfather. But they still allowed her to compete, saying because of her age. And then she won gold, but she will not be rewarded the gold because of the ongoing doping allegations. We have somebody in Russian on Twitch posting to the chat. Not sure what's going on with that.
Oh, I see that.
I don't understand what that means.
No.
Is there anybody in the chat that can translate that?
Don't you have like Google Translate or something?
Is that Russian?
It looks Russian.
I'll try. Trans.
And it's all a question.
Wait, what was your attempt at that?
Never mind.
Wow. Russian. I don't. Come on now. It doesn't look like the characters are actually coming across correctly.
Kazakhstan or something looks like.
How do you feel? Get this thing on. How do you feel about Biden? That's what they're asking. So somebody in the chat in Russian, it looks like, are asking us, how do we feel about Biden?
Oh, well, we were just talking about that. We don't think he's going to run for president again because he's too old. And Harris hasn't done a great job as vice president. So the Yankee informed me that we may have another dose of Hillary versus Donald.
Well, yeah. I mean, she spoke at the Democratic convention recently, but I don't think it will happen. I can't go to it again. But Hillary is very egotistical, and she really does. She sees the issue, but Biden's poll numbers are very poor. Vice President Kamala Harris.
He can't run again. She's freaking old.
She's not liked very much. So Hillary's trying to come in, fill the void. She's trying to take advantage of the situation, but it's going to get ugly. But Biden, with the Ukraine situation, recently said that Russia was going to invade, I believe, on February 16th. Obviously, that date has already passed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's kind of...
We're also going to be reporting on Bloomberg said, I think it was about a week and a half ago. I have the article in the show notes for tomorrow's show, but Bloomberg was making false reports that Russia had already invaded and then had to take that down. But things are right now, as of today, are starting to escalate. Shelling seems to be starting back up again. And there was shelling about 5 years ago. So, it definitely looks like things are getting ramped up. But, Biden is on the way out. I just don't see him running again.
No.
And they're going to have to find somebody. It's not going to be Hillary, but I'm sure she's going to try her best.
Yeah, but Biden, what do we think? Well, he's there. I don't think he's going to run again. I think he's too old. He's burning out. I think I don't know. I guess he's doing a passable job, all things considered. But
Well, he was just brought in to toe the line. That's pretty much what he's been doing.
yeah, he's a stopgap until they can find. Now, there's only one guy. Now, check this out, people. By the way, I'm a dual national, so I can speak as an American here. The Canuck as an American. I like my guy from Montana. His name is Steve Bullock. He was governor. He was attorney general. It's a red state, in other words, a Republican state, but he knows how to work with them. He's honest and he's smart. But like I mentioned to the Yankee, because he's honest and smart, that means he's not qualified to be the president.
Well, he doesn't have a national presence yet.
Well,
so he would have to figure that out.
They muted him.
Yeah, that happens a lot in Democratic.
Oh, because he's not part of the school, man. He's not like the Clinton and the Pelosi dynasty. They don't want some Montana cowboy in there. Doesn't fit into their social scheme. I mean, people, say, oh, yeah, well, we get to pick the president. Yeah, but who picks who you get to pick? That's more important in a way.
Yeah, well, we're going to be discussing Ukraine tomorrow, but also we're going to go over. What's that?
Oh, I've been watching this on D-Live, but one screen's really big and the other's really little. Like, I'm really big now and you're really little, and before you were really big. And so, like, maybe
I don't know.
Try toggle or something.
Well, you don't want to be big anymore?
No, well, I don't want to hog the whole screen. They want to see your beautiful face. You're younger. You have hair.
Yeah, but I haven't done much with it today. So we are going to be covering the Canadian emergency powers and the ramifications from that. I'll have a direct link in the show notes to the basics of the Emergency Powers Act.
Mm-hmm.
There's some strange language in there.
They're very strange.
What was the one? Protected persons. There's basically a whole section where the emergency powers do not affect those groups, and one of them is protected persons, and I'm not sure what that. I don't think anyone knows at this moment what that exactly means. Very ambiguous, and a few other ambiguous things. Indigenous peoples are not affected by the emergency powers. Refugees.
We're going to have to look into that. CIC, Citizenship Immigration Canada. I have dealt with them a lot.
And I got this. I got this link from Tooge's community. Tooge streams on D-Live here. Definitely check him out. TOOJ. Actually, I put it in. It should translate in the D-Live chat. Check out Tooge. So his username should be linked in the D-Live chat. If you're on the D-Live chat, you can check out his channel and follow.
Check out @2. Is that what it is?
Yeah, at TOOJ.
Oh, TOJ. I can see it now.
And so yeah, we'll be covering that, a bunch of things. I also
we got.
Well, I wanted to go back to the emergency powers of Canada, because one of the interesting things that's happening there is they're saying they're seizing crypto wallets.
Yeah.
Because now. First, GoFundMe was used, and then they froze that, and then there was GoSendMe was used with traditional currencies. That was frozen, and then they started using Bitcoin, Satoshis, the smallest form of Bitcoin was being used, and then now they're saying they've been able to freeze that with the emergency powers.
Yeah,
but
the twist on that one, excuse me, but the twist on that one is it wasn't a government action; it was a civil action. And private citizens caused this to happen, so it's a lot of strange things going on out there.
Yeah, so I think we hopefully by next week we'll have more information. Especially, I'm concerned about how they are able to freeze a crypto wallet like that, because
it's obviously going to be an ongoing story, because what the judge said was that they're freezing it now, and then the owners of the Bitcoin have to come forward and justify why they are able to get it or cash it. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's a pretty massive invasion of privacy. And also, the Civil Liberties Union, right, in Canada is going to be trying to take this to court.
They're taking the Emergency Powers Act to court, calling it unconstitutional and an obvious overreach. So the Canadian Civil Liberties Union is doing that on behalf of everybody in Canada that's going because the thing is, this is a national. The Emergency Act it's everywhere,
Yeah.
So if they wanted to, say, close down Nelson, where I live, BC, said, well, it's a no-go zone. The cops could set up a block on all 3 of the roads that go into the city and just cut everybody off. I don't think they're going to do that, but they have the power to do that now if they decide that.
Power to pretty much do anything. So we'll have that, and then we're going to do the protest vandalism in British Columbia. We just did that video of Gassy jacked down. The poor guy was ripped down there violently. We'll have that and some other stories related to that, and we're going to be going over. Go ahead, Canuck.
Vandalism in northern British Columbia is being condemned by everybody, where they went in and destroyed a whole bunch of industrial equipment that's building the pipeline up there. And even we got a clip of the local Indian people who are fighting the pipeline, and they're completely condemning what happened. And they got the guys on video doing it and everything, or breaking in anyway.
And then we're going to be...
unfortunately... like I said last week when we were covering the Canadian situation with the convoy, I just camp out and here in Canada. And usually I'm not covering stories like this out of Canada, but we've hit the radar. And my take on it is that Canada. I remember the Arab Spring, like a bunch of years ago, and then, all the stuff that's happened in America. Well, Canada's just basically the wave finally got to Canada. I think we would have been the last place for it to get, but now we're seeing that with the polarization and the extremism on all sides. So, yeah, tune in tomorrow. This was a good experiment with Jitsi Jew, JITSI. Check it out, and if you learn any tricks of how to use it, let us know here at Variant News. And that goes out to anything.
Like I mentioned, we're looking at possibly with TechTie, Nojo, a few others, maybe putting together like a Jitsi network.
I think we
possibly 24/7 streaming, something along those lines.
Well, listen, I was trying to watch friggin' stuff on my smart TV, and I've got access to just about everything. And they just mainstream media. It's like a carousel. They just go round and round and round with the same story, and you switch to another channel, and they got the same story, and nobody's digging into the the backstory. What are the common people thinking? And that's what we try to do at Variant News: is bring you information that most people or the mainstream media is not touching on. So.
Yeah, and we're going to cover the Olympics. We've got an interesting story. This is Eileen Gu, American, I believe from California, and skied for China. Freestyle skiing, won the gold, and raking in endorsements, over $30 million in endorsements. She's been just plastered everywhere on advertisements
money.
in China, and she does look slightly Asian, but she looks more Caucasian than Asian. And then I have another story that happened a little while back about a Chinese model in China who was condemned by Chinese social media, by Chinese, for looking Chinese, for her eyes being too slanted. So it's really bizarre. You have, just really bizarre comparison of Eileen Gu, who looks more Caucasian, and being promoted and loved. There's massive merchandise the Chinese are buying of her.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have this Chinese model who looks Chinese, who's being condemned in China. It's interesting how just that aspect of Chinese culture currently, at least at the social media level, which can be a bit nasty.
Oh, yeah, apparently.
I mean, Chinese social media is just as nasty, if not nastier, in some ways than U.S. Media,
Well,
social
look
media.
at that video. Look at that video that we played a few weeks ago of how they were treating that basketball player who was over there working for one of their teams with using the N-word indiscriminately and with no remorse, and nobody's tried to stop them. So it's extremely racist country, you know.
Yeah. And then we got the China hockey team, which were a bunch of ringers, and they have not done well in hockey at the China Winter Olympics. We'll have that. I've got some updates on the CCP COVID app. Go over that quick. Obviously, we're going to do the Russian conflict with Ukraine. There's going to be some stories. Probably we'll be updating, getting in the show notes for right before we go on tomorrow, 4 p.m. We're going to have some crypto news. There's also hacking news. There's a lot of zero-click hacks where the user doesn't have to interact with the device. The hacks go through without any user interaction. So there's a huge rise in that area. So people need to be informed about that. Crypto in general, I'm going to look at, I'll see, but is it possible that crypto, now that it's being adopted on the main stage here, the world stage, will it no longer be a hedge against the U.S. dollar and inflation?
Well.
So I'm going to have I guess it's like an op-ed or whatever the hell you would want to call it, but I'm going to go into that. And there's also a new multi-chain DEX for blockchains. I'll be discussing that briefly. And we've got some bizarro that we will be including for tomorrow, but we've got to finalize that.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like this wide screen in the media viewer. I mean, I feel like I'm up on a movie screen or something, you know?
You look stylish.
I'll try to wash my hair tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe shave if I use this again, because it's kind of
endorsing, like, I don't know, Burger King or something.
The Whopper?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've been rambling for 33 minutes and 31 seconds, so
yeah,
I'll probably call it a stream.
Okay,
we'll be back on tomorrow. Maybe I'll be on early, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have some test streams tomorrow. Definitely check out Jitsi, and we're going to look at the Jitsi is, when we don't have it password protected, it's open to everybody. Posted the link, so we can do some streams down the road where if people want to join, they can join. If you just want to join with audio and a mic, that's fine. You don't have to join with video. If you don't want to have your face shown, you can just mute your camera and come on with just a mic.
And I think that the idea that you have a group session with our fellow streamers is brilliant. That I think everybody would have fun with that.
Yeah, the Tech Tie, the Friday hosting that they do. Unfortunately, I didn't make the one last night, but those are really good. And I'd like to start doing that, more of that collaboration type stuff, because it really helps.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to end the stream. Thanks, everybody, for your support. And for the person who posted Russian, thank you for your question.
That's super cool. That made my day.
Keep posting in Russian, and maybe I'll get better at it. I won't need a translator.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man.
All right, everybody. Take care.
Yep. See you later.
And Canuck and Yankee Show is tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. So check it out.
Yeah, it is going to happen.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.